Hello my little art witches. I just thought I would pop in today because it's been a while since I did my podcast, and I've been thinking about what sort of things I wanted to talk about in it, because a lot of my stuff is visual. It's sort of hard for me to know what to waffle on about. So I thought today I would share with you my magically mundane day. So a day in the life of a very ordinary little art witch. So this morning I woke up very early this morning. I think it was about 4:15. Feeling a little bit groggy, got a bit of hay fever because we went for quite a long walk yesterday to stretch our legs after Kev had come home from work. And so I felt the effects of that this morning. So I was a little bit groggy, but I was awake and my brain was buzzing a little. So I think it was about 4:45 when I woke up, and I got up and went downstairs to see the boys. Well, they were running around after me. They always do. They run around, scratch the bed to try and get me up, do as many annoying things as they can to get me up in the morning. But I've got this automatic cat food feeder dispenser. I've set it up ready for when we go away on holiday, so that whoever comes to check on them only has to pop in once a day just to check that they're all right. So the feeder dispenses their little biscuits at 5 o'clock. So because we were down there a little bit early, they were looking at me like, why is the machine not working? Why have we not had biscuits? So that was the first part of the day. And we had to sort of stand there waiting. I was trying to tell them, they'd only got to wait 3 minutes, and their glorious biscuits would be dispensed. So I made myself an enormous cup of tea, as I do every morning, and in my giant Muppets mug, and had a little look outside, and it was drizzly and grey for June, a little bit miserable. But when it's like that, I always think, oh great, there's like no reason to have to go out, so I can stay in the studio. So it's a Thursday, and Thursdays I stay at home and I work in the studio pretty much all day from when I get up in the morning. So I take my tea and go and have a look at what's happening for the day, what I've got lined up that I need to do that day, and what things I want to do. Sorry about the traffic. What things I need to do. New things I want to investigate and things like that. So I'd got on my to-do list to create the printable for oak ogham, and last night while we went on our walk I managed to find a nice oak tree and asked it kindly for a little twig, and brought that twig home. It's actually quite a thin twig, and I sort of expected my oak ogham to be a little bit chunkier, because of its strength and things. But anyway, I've gone with it because I thought I'm not going to ask it for another one. I'm going to go with this little twig. And so I've already been painting the background for the oak ogham. I've written notes in my notebook, in my commonplace book. So I've got those to work with, and I'm going to get my ink dip pen out shortly and fill that in. So that's my first thing on the agenda. I've taken a nice photograph of the oak tree as well, so I'm going to print that out and pop that onto the back of mine for my file. And other things that I've been doing, I've been creating the poppet for July. Because I have to plan everything quite a bit in advance, because the poppet for July gets posted out to my magical pen pals on the 15th of the previous month. So the 15th of this month it goes out in the post. So I've been creating her, which is one of my favourite things, is designing the paper poppets every month. That's why I do them every month, because I just love it. I love the first bit when I've drawn them and I sketch them out, then I do the pen work, then I do the watercolour bit, and then I photocopy it and laminate the first one and cut it out and make sure that all the clothes fit her. And that is the fun bit, that playing. I just feel like a child again, and I get such a buzz out of doing that. So I've been doing that. So I've laminated all of the pen pal ones out. So what I do is I sit in an evening while I'm watching TV and cut out all the ones for the pen pals, which takes me quite a few days because they're not quick things to do. So yeah, I've been doing that. I've been creating printables for Cancer Zodiac printable, and the new moon and the full moon printables for this month as well. But I've also, because I'm going on holiday, I've been thinking ahead of the 2 weeks I'm not here. I need to get that content up and scheduled in. So a little bit of like doubling up work this month, but I'm quite up for it. I'm feeling the fire energy that I decided was my focus for June, was fire. So yeah, I've got the enthusiasm and the energy at the moment. I've got a little bit of anxiety because we've had some contact with the solicitors and things, and there's always some shit with them. And we just seem to never move any further forward. So I'm trying to not hold out for, it's a very strange thing, like not holding out for a good outcome and trying to think about what I can do to live the sort of life I want without relying on a positive outcome from our claim, which some days is easy, some days is not so easy. If I get a little bit tired, I get a bit anxious then. So that's usually when I will sit at my desk and do a bit of journaling, get a bit of paint out, have a look through my poppets, pull a few tarot cards or oracle cards, just to sort of get back to me. So that's what I'm up to today. I am also going to paint some of the index card thingamajigs to match the OM and my Cancer notes. I'm going to get those done, and then I am going to investigate Mercury, the planet Mercury, because I've got a spread coming up next week to infuse that energy into my grimoire. So Mercury is my focus for this afternoon. That will be my investigative things. So that's what I've been doing there. I'm also thinking quite a lot about going on holiday and what I need to take with me, because we only take hand baggage. So we have the tiniest suitcase in the world for 2 weeks. And clothes are like not important, but what is important is what paper, pens and other things am I going to be taking. So I've been getting my iPad sort of cleaned up and make sure that there's plenty of space on it, because I've got an older iPad, so it does get full up of stuff. So I have been getting that ready so that I can take that with me, because that is the perfect solution to carrying something with me that means I can still create colourful, beautiful things. I also have a little travel set of watercolour paints with the basics in, and so I'll be taking that and my spaceship pencil case with my coloured pens in. I will be taking a notebook. I've got a slightly smaller book that I'm using through the summer. So my A4 one is on the shelf at the moment while I use this smaller one so that I can carry it with me in my bag. So I've got that, and I will be taking that to the beach. My husband likes to go down to the beach. He likes the sunshine, I like the shade. So we go down there. I just love being there, the sounds and the air, because it's slightly windy where we go, so the wind blows and it keeps me cool, and you can hear that in the background. And I read books and I make notes and I dream up new dreams. So I'll be dreaming up what adventure I want to go on next year. So that's the sort of time that I start to plan, is in the summer, when sort of new fresh ideas come in, and then I can build on them and build around this idea. So I'm really, really enjoying the astrology, digging into that, finding out about myself. I hope if you're travelling along with me and you're doing this, that it's helping you understand yourself too, and what makes you tick, what makes you happy, what doesn't make you happy, and why you behave in certain ways, and then that's all okay. And so a bit of digital art will be going off when I'm on holiday. So I gathered together lots of videos of digital work that I had done previously, little tutorials, and packaged those all up with a undated planner and everything like that for a little course as well. So I did that this week. I just sort of came up with the idea on Monday and got my head down and got it all together, and got it out into the world, so that if anybody else wants to do art magic like I do, they could learn how to do it. So that's what I've been busy doing, enjoying the Gemini energy around, and my little butterfly poppets who are fluttering around the studio. Moving around as well. There's one there. I think one's gone on walkabout. Ah, there she is. So, yeah, that's my life, really. I like to make a coffee in the morning. I make myself a special coffee halfway through the morning. Have a bit of lunch at dinner time. I don't tend to stop working, because my work is not like work, it's pleasure. I enjoy doing what I'm doing, so yeah, I sort of work right through till about 3-4 o'clock, and then I think about what we're going to have for dinner that night and go downstairs and see what chores I maybe should have been doing, instead of reading all about the planet Mercury. So I hope you've liked my little catch-up and my little talk through of what I'm doing. I hope you are doing some wonderful things too, and enjoying the season, whatever season you're in. I hope you're doing things that spark joy for you and give you inspiration and fulfillment, and add a bit of magic to your day. So I am going to sit and write my Ogham printable now, that I can share with you next week. And I'm looking forward to the rest of the day, and I hope you are too. I'll speak to you soon. Love you loads.